Hello everyone, back to Oxygen Not Included, and I'm recording this one a little early. Why, Steve's just air, okay. I am going to be recording this one a little earlier than usual, mainly to desync it from Cosmeteer. I don't personally like running two series at the same time, so, you know, I just thought this would be better if I did an offset. Hopefully my microphone doesn't sound too bad. For context, believe it or not, but my cable is still shot. Haven't fixed it yet, but hopefully it should be fixed. Where are you going? You're in sour gas still. Yeah, last time was an interesting one. Okay, that's really helpful. Unfortunately, though, solar is pretty terrible. It should be really cold. Should. I struggle to keep it that way. Even when the entire point is to not have a hot zone in the base. I mean, seriously, you can see the hot zone particles are appearing in my own base. Not really anywhere else on the map unless you look really deep where it's supposed to be. I have an idea. Wait, I have a really good idea. I was originally prepared to cause a steam explosion here, but then I remembered how fluids in Oxygen Not Included work. And I might be able to do better. Because fluids in this game act a little strange. I hope that gap's gonna be big enough. To keep the water pressure from blowing up. But as long as this doesn't blow up and then, you know, airflow tiles could be used instead. I might actually just have those be built preemptively. But the reason why I want to do it this way is because, now bear with me here on the, you know, yellow alerts. I just need this stuff to go down first. Otherwise, the entire thing will just blow up and flood. That'd be really not fun. I mean, not necessarily, but I do not want to take a chance with this stuff. Probably cold damage. That's a shame. It should be livable for them. Nope, it is cold damage. But by doing it this way, right? What I'm hoping to do is create a barrier where literally it will just be a perfect vacuum because there will be no pressure in here, the water will jam in here, and because this game is not realistic, the water will not flow out of here. So in short and in simple, that will fix it. Now looking around the map, I have an idea on what I want to do to try and fix things, which is I would like to put down a Weezewort in the colony because, admittedly, it's getting a little hot in here. And I don't want to lose trees to high temperatures. So I'm going to put down a Weezewort and have that grown. Because I'm pretty sure it's already... Because the planter box was made with really cold dirt, but otherwise... Yeah, it is already getting almost too hot for these to grow in here. Hopefully, a Wii's work can help. You know. I can hope. Need to do something to do. Get them the mop as well. I'm not worried about here. And I guess deliveries would have to happen. Fine. But hopefully this here helps cool down the environment. I mean, it has a really good living range, but that's just going to be using the nearby heat. And by using, I mean cooling the area. So like this is not going to offset the generator, don't worry. We're not working within that level of stability. But, however, thank you, dupes. How is there polluted oxygen? Oh, polluted water will off gas. I mean, I'm not actually that worried about having polluted oxygen in this area. Because yes, the heat will transfer up through this hot region, and that's about that's like 1100 degrees Celsius. However, you know, it has the abyssal it has to go through or this long channel here. And I'm not expecting to have the highest gas pressure. It's not like my base, and even still that would stagnate it. So in a way, it should just reduce the amount of problems we have to endure with it. That's worrying. And this should be cold, not on the inside because we don't have power. I'm gonna allow this again because we have no power. For more context, yes, my headphone cables are like genuinely just shot now. Like audio just does not sound right anymore. And the only way to continue with this thing is to get us, you know, a rocket built. And we're just gonna get a boatload of steel, which obviously I don't have any. We do have gold amalgam, which will help with raw material structures and wolframite for higher temp. And I mainly say that because steel is something I always struggle to get done. I've always complained about steel. I mean, I guess now it's not a huge problem to have steel produced. I don't know where I'm scrolling to. Yeah. The reason why I say it's probably not a huge issue anymore, and we're out, but they have added fossils. And fossils are a renewable form of lime, or not renewable, but they're a dense source of lime, which is like the #1 thing I lack. So, you know, fossils to lime. The ratio is very bad, but, you know, it's necessary, and a necessary evil is something you just gotta do. Magma. Amber produces it. I wonder if plywood was meant to be used with amber, which is a different DLC I do not own, actually. You can turn diamonds into fossils using the ancient specimen. Yeah, okay, more DLC. That would be the prehistoric pack, as it is the one pack I do not have. I looked at it. I'm not very interested. But Maybe one day, considering this channel will seemingly, for the rest of time on this planet, be a 50-50 split between what I want to do and yet more oxygen not included. This is not a conscious choice, this is just how it turns out. Once you get into oxygen not included, unless you leave, you're stuck. For good. It's forever. And you don't have slimes, so whatever. I definitely made a lot of mistakes when choosing the stuff for this colony. Slime mold clusters would be really, really good. I think I had like metal geodes or something. I mean, I can pull it up. I've recorded it on a video for future reference. Like right now. I didn't even know that battery was running. Good. But, I'd do that because that is a source of, I believe, plywood? And we've always been wood short in this colony. Look, all I know is something slime was very beneficial. I think it might have been the oil. Hold on. Elements, solids. I feel like I've seen nickel, but I also have not. So slime can be pressed into biodiesel? Or oil. I mean, this is just like a variation of crude oil that would be good for bionics. Maybe if I do this again, I'll do like a purely bionic run. That could be cool. Also, you could make algae, which I would not do, because algae is not very useful. You can use it to make biodiesel. Is fire really useful? So you need to use bleach stone. I don't believe I have any bleach stone, because I would have remembered. And then you can cool it into tallow. So that's renewable tallow. That's why I wanted it. And also it can be sometimes used as a substitute for oil, I believe. So liquid. So you can use it for power. I mean, if you have a ton of bleach stone, I guess that's fine. And slime. I think it was just because I really wanted to make a ton of tallow. Which opens up the entire fryer tree, which, keep in mind, I have not had access to this entire run, basically. Because these guys are long-lived, and yeah. I guess it's not too necessary, but that would definitely help. It also gives a gunkless option for running here. What I really could do, it's not like I'm too drained on gunk anymore. I really wish they would deal with that in a more automatic sense. I'm pretty sure you can just use straight oil for gear oil. And I'm pretty sure that would still produce gunk as a waste product. And I'm pretty sure there's no way to get rid of the gunk conveniently. So this is a gear oil. So besides these two pliable ones, this one's just tallow and water. So yeah, fire oil can actually be used for bionics, so you can automate that. Or use just straight crude oil for some reason. And that could be used in the station Majiggy for automatically refueling them, or rejointing them. And I'm just assuming that... Trust me, this game is deceptively deep at times. Gunk can be melted into petroleum and sulfur. Guess I can blow up the metal refinery again. Or reprocessed into gear bomb. Otherwise, I think it literally is just a pure waste product. I guess you could set up a gunk boiler. You'd have to be careful because you're kind of close to petroleum temperatures. I mean, I say that, let's be honest here. Is it really that new for people to work on sour, like petroleum boiler or heaters or whatever they're called? Not a sour gas boiler. I've already done that one though, by accident. Believe me. Fortunately, most of it ended up in space. But also, this little liquid lock is helping tremendously. As I guess I have used something that wouldn't stop it, but there's such little thermal mass that the temperature pretty much immediately gets absorbed and becomes non-problematic. Yeah, look at that. Gone. And this is like the main part of the thermal buffer anyways. It's actually getting heated up more from the oil industry and just other oil biome stuff than it is anywhere else due to the abyssalite inconvenience. So that did stop the steam explosion, and it seemingly at the perfect time because they just got really, really interested in digging this. Also, I guess I chose frozen core or something because I have no idea why the core here is not lava. Don't get me wrong, that makes my life a whole lot easier. It's just unexpected is all. I'm pretty sure this just wants a high temperature, which it's surrounded by, but as it is in a vacuum, it's temperature stable. Then in here, this one just wants something. So I'll leave the dupes to slowly try and get geothermal. Hopefully this thing doesn't pull a nuclear reactor and flood the base with steam, because I most certainly am not ready for that. A steam explosion near this would be problematic, and I have to assume that's what's gonna happen, because this thing has no, it does not say it has a singular power output. And something tells me, knowing this game, that if it doesn't have an output, by God, are you gonna feel it? Hand scanner. Again, I'm really hoping the audio is not too shot. It's not growing, we can take it back. I love that Wii's work, try harder. I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Abyssalite. I really say abyssalite tiles a lot in these videos, I have to assume. That is a lot of petroleum. Whoa. Yeah, plastic seems cool. And it's never been connected for some reason. Yay? I don't get it, but okay. Honestly, with excess petroleum and all, I'd love to just pump that into my base. And so I think I'll actually get to work on that. Who cares? Probably has a positive decor anyways. Nah, whatever, it's not processed or something. Okay. Oh, but that would be offset either way, who cares? Listen, if you look at enough pipes in this game, eventually it'll just start to make sense. And that might be the scarier part. It's the fact that you can actually check these and understand them pretty well. But yeah, actually, I do not want to use standard pipes for this. What am I doing? I want to use insulated pipes, because these will hold the temperature. And then I want to use probably just normal metal pipes, because radiant pipes are a little on the pricey side. And now that it's in the cold region, we are just going to do something known as heat exchanging it until it's no longer a problem. As you can imagine, having hot petroleum in the base ain't exactly the most desirable thing. Also, technically, this is now going to be a heated passage, which I think is kind of funny. But as long as it doesn't cause the base to explode, it's probably for the better. Whoa, pipes. Curse you things. Again, I keep asking for it, and no one tells me if there's a mod to make you drag in a straight line. Come on, people. I need it. I guess if you have the W, like if you have WAS, it's not a big deal. I have to assume. Guess who literally doesn't own a keyboard, however? And so this is actually kind of problematic. It should be cold by this point, but I'm not opposed to just getting some more snow. Also, technically I could burn this in the base instead of... Oh my god. Help. I could technically... Well, that's a new one. Burn this instead of ethanol, but like... I have not only the infrastructure, but the stuff to do ethanol, so I'd rather just take it to space and flare it. You know, after using a generator, of course. So I guess burn and flare the exhaust. I would like some more refined metals. Good job, Lindsay. I don't understand where this ice keeps coming from, but I'd prefer if it didn't. Yeah, just take the ice away. That's just a seed. Okay, I was like, I don't recognize what that thing is. Also, we finally hit a point in our wood where we are finally positive on how much is here? 12 tons. Yeah, I've really just not bothered dealing with polluted water this run. Which, I mean, I don't really need it. I can also now consistently run this thing. Probably, considering I'm still net positive on wood. So, that's fine. I mean, really, I don't really mind now. You want to not be stressed, which is fair. I know Gizmo's probably, yeah, overstressed. Oh well. Oh, whoa, okay then. It's fine, it's fine. I have a lot of very well trained gizmos. I mean, hell, if it works, right? But, yeah, I need to probably have a look into the morale again. However, it is so tempting to just be like, boop, bap, wow. Yeah, well then. No power. You must be mistaken. The nice thing about using this higher, power plant is that instead of the grid blowing up, which normally would happen, since it can only output, kilojoule, the grid will literally never explode. Because I designed it properly. And also, this thing is literally just making heat for nothing. Can we turn it off, please? The squeeze word is not succeeding, as expected. It's funny how it appears on the tile. Actually, it's not even centered, I don't think, on the tile it's supposed to be on. Yeah, now that will slowly discharge, because this game is so technical that any power storage will slowly deplete over lack of use. Like, just ambient depletion due to decaying into heat. This game is really as technical as it is janky at times. And that says something. And I'm pretty sure this thing is just like, you can make brinicle, which is actually not bad for morale. And then this newer recipe, which actually makes dirt. I think this is not a bad idea, but... So these could all be grouped into one tab, I'm gonna be honest, but oh well. Alright. Things are moving. Also, I would need this if I'm gonna be pumping stuff up for running a generator. How's this? Oh, the power wires just straight up melted. For how long has that been the case? Because I need this running. Remove this. So now that's just not going to be taking in new stuff. If I was smart, I would have made that out of, lead, but whatever. So now this will be in use soon, which is good. Not sure who was suffocating, but I'm not too surprised anymore. I am, by the way, optimizing for cooling on this thing, because I do not want another sour gas explosion. It has happened. Yes, it has happened. Petroleum, I'm a little worried to check. Okay, that is fine if it's at 0. I mean, it looks like it's going to not explode too much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's hot. Look at that. Feisty. Okay, that is getting really hot. Even this is getting really hot. Getting progressively hotter too. That's just skyrocketing. What the? I really just need to build like a pre-made design, considering how effectively I can handle temperature loads. Oh boy, is it so good. issue is petroleum's like kind of on the opposite side of the base, which has a chance of being rather inconvenient, I will admit. I'm gonna raise the priority a bit, see if anyone gets interested, probably not, and move on. But no sweats making food and such a lot easier, which is nice. I do like having fun when I play video games, believe it or not. Space Grinder. I believe the Space Grinder got updated. Or not updated, but further redone for this DLC. I never find it too useful, but I'm pretty sure, yep, there is a new one, which, is there a new one? Sucrose, fungal spore, no, this more spaced out really. Water from mussels using iron, that's in the game. This has not been updated. What? I know probably this one. This is like the newer one because water leaks is strange. I want to assume I know what's happening. Okay, yep, I'm right. They are literally burning inside of Atmos suits. So before you say, hey, why don't you take better care of them? What better care? It's really freaking hot down here. Definitely not as bad as before, but youch. That's the reason I didn't want any gas in here, and probably just to crack it open afterwards. It's because this gas is just gonna get a little bit way too hot to stand in. Even if there's very little pressure in here, and it's barely breathable. Like, they were fine, but it's the longer period which causes it to be a slight problem, and they're gonna go and get themselves situated on a bed. Nope. Got dual breathing. Micromusher is still being weird, as per the usual. And I feel like I've gotten absolutely nothing done in this one, so we are completely on track for these videos. I'm only recording one this time. I'll do an offset. These should not both be saying oxygen, especially considering this pump is down here. Okay, I'm very confused now. Oh! Wait, we're collecting the sour gas this way. How many bases have bottled sour gas in them? 300 grams of sour gas in a container. I'm glad that we pumped that out of the network. I mean, I guess if you're not afraid to just try and pump base gases or something, that's one way to get rid of sour gas. I would do that, except my base is a little overpressured. Like, all the time. Like, seriously, I have a problem with pressure in this base. To the point where there's a high pressure gas vent that occasionally jams. At least it's only pressure. I'm guessing, yep, overpressured. And oh wait. This was doing something. How did I forget that I had stuff in here? This just can get removed. It serves zero purpose now. I'll just bring this down because why not? It doesn't even need to be put down here. Like, nectar is now just useless. We have infinite oil, so we can now stop optimizing tree growth for nectar. Those trees are just dead. What can I say? Oh, I've already done it. Okay, well, that's nice. We can just destroy the remaining nectar because it serves no more purpose to us. And I'm not sure how these guys are even still alive in there. Especially considering there's literally zero vitals. Like there is no food. Which is cool. Oh well. They'll sort it out, I presume. And I'm just straight up out of snow. We're at like 1 ton of snow. Not enough. Not enough. And polluted water is still, like, just straight up useless to me. Could expand that tank, make it a little easier on ourselves, ignore the modded stuff. Thank you, Max, doing great work. Don't say it's what I think it is. Why? These aren't made with... Oh, they're made with liquid mercury. Okay. Okay. Why does that always happen? Ah, yes, I see the problem. I mean, it's just hot down here. What can I say? It's just gonna stay hot down here. And speaking of which, I might as well just start switching these cables over to be made from lead. Because we're actually getting to that point where, you know, obviously mercury is gonna be a problem. Hello, we're still digging. We're trying to still dig. Bionics are doing what they can. But, okay, I just clicked on that, but whatever. Yeah. Ammo suits making this doable. That are to have to somehow suppress, or like get rid of all of the polluted water up here. Probably replace it with like crude oil or something, which would be undesirable. Do I even have water in here? Nope. And the reason for that is I don't even have the receptacle built. Sure, fair enough. Does it really just dead end? Yes. I mean, I can replace it. It still works for some reason. Not gonna question that. Also, this was originally used for heating, and now I can just tear it down and put down another tree. Or maybe crack it open so this place can get cold air flowing in. Like, I'm not even opposed to just airflow tiled air. Pressure's already equalized, which is concerning considering it's very, very, you know, very high pressure, but whatever. That's probably way too much, I'm gonna be honest. Let's start small with this as a heat vent. Yes, we're now talking about using heat vents inside of Frosty Planet. Because there's just so much of the damn stuff. Oh my god. Is this really empty? Broken animation, I guess. Alright, but we can tear that down now. It serves no more purpose, and simply can be removed. Definitely was helpful for when we needed it, though. So it has my respect. Oh, and the space heater line is still in there. Yeah, we're not going to need space heaters ever again. We kind of have the inverse issue, which is way too much heat. I'm pretty sure one of the leaves will be blocked by that, but yeah, if it keeps the trees growing, it's not a big deal. So I said I would go back and get the water at one point, so I might as well also do that. Do some of this as well. It's not like it's gonna really matter, considering that this hotbox is kind of just connected. And I'm glad the air can't really flow out of there. I mean, it is, it's just not doing too well. And there's enough CO2 for the rest of the run, I'd have to assume. Trust me, that's concerningly normal. You can actually see the old temperature shift plates we built for the space heaters. So it's not worried about temperature. And then once the wood got produced, this started running. And now that this is running, it's hot. Also, I'm not sure why those seem to have water pouring down the sides or something. Even though why does that have a different animation in the heat mode? I guess it's to show that it's temperature or something. How does this look? Alright. So this is relevant temperatures, which shows basically the exact same. What actually changes? I don't know. Oh, it's so you can change the graph. Whoa, you can make this quite detailed. Hold on. Alright, so now you can actually see the radiance of the heat, which is nice. Remember, we're aiming to do this to the base of... Why is the farm so hot? Is it because I keep using warm water? I guess the farm is not hot. Absolutely. I'm dumb. Just surprised it's a little bit warmer, though. If we're being very particular, I'm guessing growing crops with warm water is affecting it. Oh. Hey, fries. Gonna be honest, I'm not looking for more dupes. I already don't have enough tables. That is surprisingly hot. Okay, and fries. Who's gonna eat the fries? If you know, you know. Because it's not gonna be the dupes, it's gonna be these things, because apparently they eat fries. Please? Okay, have a good time with it. Alright, where was I? Yes, building more kitchens. This has been a issue for quite some time, actually. I've just not done it. So, a time like the present to fix something from the past. It sounds so weird with damaged headphones, but I suppose everything would. I know they're probably okay. Emphasis on probably. Okay, that's not gone away, so I'm going to check. And there's going to need to be some bulldozing in this area to get things to fit, like so. And then hopefully we can make that room work. Should be seeing people climbing out of there with half health, which is what we see. To be honest, I kind of prefer the dig more than the build, but they both need digging anyways, so oh well. Back to the base, please. There we go. Remember this thing that was supposed to take fresh water and then it's just too cold? Yeah, me neither. I forgot I did that. High priority sweep, please. And yeah, I know it's bleeding heat like crazy. Or maybe not. The heat gradient. That's 22 against negative. It's like a 40-degree temperature shift right here. Or like temperature difference. That is. Yeah, that's 40 degrees right there. Standing here must feel so weird. But oh well. It helps keep the area cooler, which it desperately needs. And that's what I want to aim for anyways. I might actually just double that up. I'm gonna be honest. It's hot in there. It really is. And we'll let them sort that out when they can. But preferably all this stuff can get handled without me looking at it. And that will be good. Yes. Do you have any more sour gas? Nope. Believe we've already pumped all of it. Unless the CO2 line rises, which it likely will. It's not being flared as efficiently. Actually, this temperature, like the pressure's just completely screwed. Who am I kidding? No, don't drop the wood in there. Oh man. I missed a bit. I'm pretty sure building does add a little bit of heat. It's like the input resource temperature plus small amount. Or minus. It tries to equalize it to I think about 40. So either add a little or decrease a little. Again, this stuff's just really quite strange. But hey, I can try. Really? We don't have storage for copper? Did I never set up refined metals? Kinda want those things to stay where they are. They're probably quite warm. You don't mean to tell me I don't have refined metals in here, do you? We do not want oxalate. That would break our oxygen supply. And that's not a bad idea. Oh, we don't have refined metals permitted. That is unique. I didn't know we didn't have those set up. Okay, this random ice is kind of annoying. It literally spawned. Okay. It's only near the hot zone. Whatever. It's fine. We can now make diamond windows. What's this? Solid resin. You can make these out of solid resin now. That's quite unique. Not doing that. Sun lamp. Not helpful. But unique. And then the arrow pot, which actually might be nice to use in some areas, which could use a little bit more decor. Not sure why. The break room is truly just a lovely sight. This hall up here is underway, which is fantastic to see. Get rid of you, bring you up. I mean, I could use full-sized paintings now, but I don't really care. Of course, the crown molding. It's basically just free decor for no effort. How's progress down in the hot zone? It's going, surprisingly. Normally the dupes don't listen to me. Which, I mean, fair enough. I don't even see a health bar. Relax. Pip. Take the pip. It can produce dirt. That I understand. I'm not sure why you're complaining. And you're not. Okay. What? He's not really good for building, but he's gonna give it his all. And we can appreciate that. Still none because these guys take forever to level up. Our medical boosters are done. Which I don't remember queuing, but whatever. I don't really need to keep you around. I know I said I probably shouldn't, but whatever. Possibly just more speed. That is the funny answer. Is it a good idea? No. But speed is speed. I think it was this guy who was supposed to get it. I don't remember him, though. This should help with their stress, which you don't need right now. This is not sure what digging was for, but I'm pretty sure it was him who's supposed to go into medical. And he's going to help us. Maybe. You know, you'd think after playing this game for what now, 6 years or something crazy? Probably around like 5-6 years. Which is really high. If you can believe it, I still suck at the game. But I mean, it's kind of the beauty of Oxygen Not Included if you think about it. It doesn't matter if you're really good at exploiting the game, or you just want to have a good time playing it. There's a little something in this game for everyone to enjoy. And spend multiple years of their life playing. I mean, seriously. How many hours do I have in this game? Only 268.9 or something? And CVR is at 2,600. Okay. So, gonna be honest. I heard the bounce in perfect quality. Gonna be honest, not bad. I honestly felt like I had a lot more hours, but I guess I only really play once every 2 weeks now. Oh my gosh, I just need to put mesh tiles. Will I be putting mesh tiles? Honestly, for that little bit, yes. I don't care if it's a waste of metal. I'm kinda tired of them doing this. And this video is probably over. Not sure what I'm going to title it. Almost over. Cosmic Does Stuff 21. Yes. We are going to go and build ladders more. Preferences are preferences, I guess. This is decreasing, but I don't really care because frankly, we have used a lot. You know, if I do try to do an all-bionic dupe run, I just don't have to acknowledge farming as being relevant, because they don't eat food, and there's not like there's a bioreactor in the game, because it'd be kind of weird now that I think about it. I guess you could say plug slugs count, but they typically eat metal, so that doesn't really transition right. So I guess in a way I just would not need to worry about farming or really ranching. I mean, I guess this ranch did produce power when we had snow, and any amount more than what we currently have. And poke shell farming is just, I don't know, always poke shell farm. There's really no reason not to. I mean, like I say, we'll hurt dupes, but as long as you set them up in a way where they have most of the space for themselves, it's fine. Long commutes. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So this is a terrestrial planet which has water, like it's just a normal habitable world. Probably should move there, but seeing what we did here, oh well. Liquid hydrogen and water and seemingly niobium on this one. Helium giant. This is a giant, it's not old, it looks okay. I mean, I do like how the further out we look at space, the more unique the planets and such become. Because, admittedly, some of the close ones are just carbon asteroids, although I think this satellite has the really good stuff on it. So, that's where I'm going to be going first if I can, because, yeah, or I'll try getting some data from these, and then set up the cargo tank, because I need steel, and if that can make me steel, that's probably for the best. Which means I still need to set up that steam boiler from a mod, because, I'm gonna be honest, making steam normally involves basically bugging out the game, or getting cozy with a volcano, and I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. At all. And I can't be convinced to do it otherwise. I've done it before when it was convenient. It worked and was convenient. But I am good. So I am good. I can't believe I have a bottle of sour gas. You know, I should see if I can put that on a pedestal. That would be really funny. Put it up here. Dupes, I must have this question answered. Yeah, whatever is right. More reasonable if I do this. He took the decor with him. How could? There's here. Look at use for that one artistic dupe in the entire colony. They don't do much, but when they are necessary, they are very helpful. Super helpful for that one-time use. So, you know. That's cool and all. I mean, these doors do not matter, but whatever. Jeez, he's like, stop. Don't do that. Gizmo, stop. Do not drink our water supply. Gizmo, no. Off. Do not do it. Damn. I didn't even notice we had display shelves in here, which I really should have, but... You know. Do you need to have wallpaper to build those? I mean... Really, it's just a matter of choice. But... Alright, well... Shoot. Surprised that the mod that lets you place without the backgrounds didn't let me do it, but oh well. have a go at it. I mean, I like using wallpaper anyways, you can probably tell. The food prison. And yes, that weird elevation change was necessary for CO2 to stay at the bottom there. Make it so the food wouldn't go bad as fast. As you can see, the CO2 is drastically over the room, so... Also, remember when I carved this entire space out? No, neither do I. Look, that's just more pressure we can crack into. It's a good idea. It's a great plan. I could just produce yet more oxalate. It's not like it costs anything. And yes, I know it costs ice. I'm just ignoring that fact. Keeps the farmers busy, that's for certain. And oxygenated. Again, did I really give Max the ability to do that? I most likely did. Yep. Quite funny in my opinion, but oh well. We can give you more muscle. Was it supposed to be for someone else? Not now. Not anymore, it's not. Yes. The gizmo here has gotten another skill. Incredible. We are going to want another strength booster, please. Yeah, no, there is a lot of oxalate in this base. Almost 18 or almost 80 tons. 80 tons. That is a lot of oxalate. For free, basically. And I have tons of oxygen in the base as well, as long as you ignore the ever-present CO2 problem. Hey, what can I say? I'm still happy. And that one space heater in the hot zone, never gonna get used. It literally just takes up space now. I don't even know if it's chilly surroundings in the bed. It most certainly is. Just not in this one area that's always super warm. And that's actually helping the base cool down, I think. Oh yeah, look at that. It is going up. It is going up quite quickly, actually. I was like, hey, look, the temperature, it's stabilizing. No, it's not. No, that was just a dream. It is not stabilizing in the slightest. That might pose an issue. This will let them get across easier. I'm also putting down the next planter. Put your back into it, unit. Or utili. Polluted water. No, don't stand there. Good job. What do you feel like you've accomplished anything? There you go. Congratulations. I have no idea how you did that without moving. These dupes, man, I tell you what. I've given up on questioning them. Don't tempt me, game. You know that's all I look for in a dupe. Oh my god, I can't keep doing that. It's funny, but I really shouldn't. I mean, look how many rooms they have. Realistically, now that I think about it, these guys should be in a barracks. I have no idea why I didn't put them in a barracks. One or more beds, no industrial machinery. Like, I can't keep taking them in. It gives one morale, which would be nice. And then you have the luxury barracks. One or more comfy beds. Oh boy. But then there's the private bedroom, which is just a comfy bed. It's only 3, that's not worth. This is 3 compared to a Great Hall, which gives 4. And it's super easy to make and serves multiple dupes. That's not worth it. I could do comfy beds. My only complaint is that they're twice as wide, which is annoying, but it's not like I have a shortage of plastic or anything. I mean, there's some in the base, but most of it happens to come from our oil area. Should come from the oil. Oh my god, you guys. I'm gonna leave it here. These dupes, I tell you... well, there's the steam explosion I kept talking about. What? Why? Where's it coming from? Huh? Hey, dupes, you might want to really get rid of this water. Like, really get rid of it. Because this is now really high pressure. Oh god. At least the steam is trapped down here. Slickster, was that a good idea? Really, think to yourself, was that a good idea? So this is problematic. I do not know why it's flowing over. And I can't fix it. Oh, and that's Wolframite. It's hoping for Bleachstone. First time that's ever been said about this game, that's for certain. I mean, it looks cool doing bad, but I do not want to strain. However, yep, that seems to have contained it. I think maybe it switched and oh my god. No. Okay, dupes. You're just going to have to let it happen. So speaking of geothermal, the pressure here is rising faster than my own base, which is... Oh, there's the bottom of the map, by the way. You know, honestly, this is fine. I was worried the steam explosion would hit here and then vomit into the base and superheat, like, this lower passage. Because frankly, it is cold enough to condense it, but... You know, if you just can't get through the liquid lock I built, even though the liquid lock is slowly... Okay, that might be a very broad term to use. But as long as the liquid lock is trying its best, it should be okay. I just really would like them to dig faster suddenly. As it now seems that this base is on a bit of a timer when it comes to that. Ooh, that person cannot dig. I've lost a dupe to not being able to dig before. So that's no good. Just keep drilling. I'll be okay. You know what? We'll end this off with a bit of an unboxing. 2 prints are gonna be very cool looking. Probably already had it. And I'm fairly certain I already had that. And we'll... Okay, well, I have that one built in the base. Okay, sure. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye now. Oh boy. Hey, at least I know this will be melting guaranteed because of how damn hot it is down here. Did I just watch water? There's just straight up water down here. There was just straight up water down here until the steam took it over. You know, now that I think about it, if I put like, you know, steam turbines on the abyss slate, because I'm pretty sure they can go through natural tiles, right? And I just used this super high pressure steam, wouldn't that just be infinite electricity? Because, again, there's no shortage in thermal mass here. So geothermal would just straight up be infinite power. Cooling these, on the other hand, might not be the most fun. But build them out of like wolframite or something. Probably just iron, let's be completely sensible here. I can see that working pretty well. Unfortunately, I invested all of my interesting stuff here in space, where it's constantly really warm. Thanks to this thing. I should put like steel making ingredients into here. Yes, yes, I know, oops. Oh god, it's running. Put some, actually that's gonna fill the bin in like 4 seconds. Put lime in here for certain. It's like lime and refined carbon, which is already up here. Good news is, it has not exploded. Bad news is, I sure hope that's not a yet kind of thing. Why did that go down? The fact that I still have mercury in there. I originally wanted to run this on liquid mercury, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I should switch you to be mercury again. Because that's what I was originally going to use this for, was mercury. Just more resilient to, liquid mercury is just a bit more resilient to temperature. Actually, I think it's less than petroleum, because petroleum's already done that phase change. However, the nice thing about mercury is it's basically useless, so, you know. Mercury and petroleum run refinery. That's a new one. Since when? Become medical. Look at all that mercury, and it's only 200 grams, you know. Mercury. Cold mercury, too. Okay, well, enough salt. I know not much was... Also, I saw you get that hat for a split second. You can't trick me. Oh, yeah. Error prone. Resist the urge to do it. It doesn't matter how funny it is if it's gonna cause problems. Also, why don't I just put solid gunk in here? Simple, I don't know where it is. That would be relevant. Alright, well, I'll,